Welcome back to CBB2. Yes, I got it right this time. And we're going to be looking at a lot of things today. So let's get started. Well, that could actually work. I can't remember what I bought this engine start for. I think it was my first ever project, the Envy Augusta. Anyway, I've been trying to use it ever since and kind of never come up with a good solution to fit it anywhere. But this lampshade, broken lampshade mount, fits perfectly. And then, as you saw, fits perfectly here. So I can screw some holes in it and it'll fit. Yeah, how about that? Well, in theory, this should be an easy fix. It's difficult to measure it under the seat. Bearing in mind these are a fixed point, right? But basically I put the whole thing too far forward. So I've just got to move it back 20 mil. 20 mil. How can you be 20 mil out? Well, it's quite easily done, honestly, because you're looking at things in isolation. So I was looking at the seat compared to the seat pan rather than the seat pan in position with the fuel tank. And that's where we got so far out of kilter. Yes, schoolboy error, even on project number 6. Some people never learn. So just to double check, what I'm doing is I just put a little daub of paint on these. Then I'm going to nestle it up against the tank and see where they turn out on the pan, the seat pan. Just like that. Yep, looks like about 20 mil to me. Wow. Well, there you go. That's pretty good eyeballing. Well, that's better. That fits. Nice and snug up against the tank. I can't believe I got it 20 mil off. What the hell? I mean, you've seen all this if you've been watching. Anyway, there you go. I don't know. I think I'm going to leave that orange, all orange. Yeah, kind of looks all right. Sweet. Well, it's a nice winter's day and I'm resigned to cleaning and painting parts of this motor because it needs it. So it's time to degrease it. Yeah, that involves our friend Mr. O'Reilly's foamy engine degreaser. But first I think I want to plug those up somehow. Don't forget your toothbrush. As I think I said before, the engine block itself is actually not bad. So I'm hoping I don't have to paint that. And that's kind of cleaned up quite nicely. Obviously this needs painting, and where we blur that in, I don't know. But now we've got all the grease off, or at least the bulk of it, we can take it inside, let it dry off, and review the situation. And there's a reason we brought it in backwards, because next up is the back end. Yes, I'm afraid we are going to have to take this off, as we discussed. And I am going to have to paint that wheel. I didn't want to, but now I've done the front, it shows up that this is really not so good. So that's the next job as well, which will involve our friend the engine crane, of course. Anyway, let's let that all dry off and see what we got. Still a bit grubby in there, isn't it? I don't know. We'll see. Well, I'm just messing around at the moment, but I think I can mask off that little area quite nicely. It'll be fiddly, but what I'm thinking is just that bit in orange, yeah, and then mask it off here as well, and then, yeah, black all the rest of it. And I think this is wet, obviously, but I think I'm going to have to paint the block, which I didn't really want to. Let's get the start motor cover off, paint that up anyway. Well, I've got the orange paint out, so we're going ahead with plan A. And we're using the penny trick. Yes, we've taken the spark plugs out and blocked the holes with pennies. Not sure how we're going to get them out again, but we'll come to that later. Oh, I know, quite the masking operation. Didn't take that long, actually. I just don't know if I can get everywhere with the paint. That's going to be interesting. Well, not knowing whether our POR paint was heat resistant, I've had to use the engine enamel, obviously. And yeah, that's a lot of paint in there. That's okay. I think I've got everywhere. We'll see. I think I got it everywhere I wanted and nowhere I didn't. That's the good stuff about that paint. It's kind of very directional, so there's no overspray. Looks kind of cool, I think. Maybe. Meanwhile, this is coming along nicely. And while we're in this area, roughly, I've ordered a new chain, a new rear sprocket, and a new front sprocket, all for under 50 bucks. It was pretty impressive. So at least we know everything will fit, because it's all the same tooth. Bloody better be anyway. And that looks a lot easier to take off than ones I've previously done. I may be deluding myself. We shall see. So you can look forward to that episode on how not to remove a front sprocket. Anyway, meantime, how's our orange paint coming along? There, that's a slightly better look at it. Now we've got the bags out of the way. I'm going to wait a little bit longer for a little bit more dryage before I unmask the rest of it, especially that bit where it might drip. Because I layered it on pretty thick, as you can see. But I think that looks pretty cool. Yeah, I think that looks pretty damn cool. The overall effect, I think, is pretty bloody cool. When everything else is going to be matte black and silver. Nice. There you go. Right, this could be fun. This is removing the penny trick with a chopstick and some blue tape. Oh, look at that. Sweet. And there's that done. Until it dries, and then we're going to sand, gently sand, all those ribs silver. Meanwhile, my 2 pence worth, I think that looks pretty cool. Yeah. And in situ, not finished yet, obviously. So this ain't working out. What I think I'm going to do is just repaint it. I'm going to keep the orange stripe down the middle, but the fins ain't working out because as you can see, there's kind of low points in the fins themselves. On the flip side, there seems to be some kind of gasket which doesn't look in the best of repair, does it? Well, it's only to keep water out. So I'll see if I can find one online and replace it. Otherwise, I shall just mend it because it's not a big deal here in Arizona for sure. Air filters turned up today, and for some reason we got extra clips. I got so many hose clips you wouldn't believe it. Anyway, they look pretty good, and we test fitted one and they fit. So obviously the blue bits come off, and today I'm going to be doing the other side. If I got enough of this left. It's dubious. Well, there was barely enough paint. I don't know if that's going to work, which is really frustrating. I don't know whether to leave it masked up, get some more paint. Kind of looks okay there, but in there, I'm not so sure. I think I need more paint. Bugger. Well, while we're deciding whether we need to get more paint or not, what we have decided is that we need to paint the block itself, which I really didn't want to do, but having cleaned it up, you know, it would be rude not to, right? I don't want to, but I'm going to have to. So what I think we're going to do is take the carburetors off, because we can do that. And I'm tempted to leave the boots on there, because like the other CB750, unlike the Kawasaki, the boots are all kind of angled from the cylinder head. Yes, Honda still haven't made life any easier. And getting those angles right was a real palaver on the other CB. So I think I'm going to leave the boots on. I may change my mind. And just take the carb rack off, because that's nice and easy. We've done it several times. And then we get the arse end up in the air and the back wheel off and all that palaver. Talking of which, what was I thinking? Yes, we've got our rear wheel pit stand device thing for doing the back end. Let's get these carbs off. Well, of course, it's an Allen key. No, I shall put them in the carburetor box with the old ones. No, I mean not from the other bike. Well, the boots themselves look almost new, actually. So maybe the kid replaced those. What it does show that my engine cleaning didn't work very well, so we're going to have to do something about the dust. So I need to plug those boys up with something. I'm sure I found something that was exactly the right size last time around. I can't remember. I'll have to watch my own video. And I'll definitely get these front clips off, or back clips actually, from the back of the bike. Yeah, front. Well, you know what I'm saying. I'll get these ones off, maybe clean them up, maybe replace them. And we're completely missing some kind of cover here, obviously, which I need to source and purchase. Well, that's the back end sorted out, barring cleaning, of course. I don't know what I want to do on the front. I really don't want to take the exhaust off. I really, really don't want to take the exhaust off, because it's all set and it's perfect. Rude not to paint those orange, wouldn't you say, Mr. Less is More? Well, I think we'll call it a wrap at that point, and it doesn't get much more exciting, does it? Will he buy more paint? Will he get the back wheel off? Anyway, thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down here, and of course encourage others to watch my lunacy.